Good. Are we afternoon now? Yes, almost. Good. Almost afternoon, everyone. Up next, we've got Ronnie Smith with Extending Your Own Mind and Finding Your Center with Aikido? Aikido. Aikido. Okay. Thank you.
The only good rational reason for starting to practice the martial arts is to become a superhero and try and develop magic powers. Good afternoon, UK Fruitfest. How are you? We are bananas. Fantastic. Really good. Why am I talking about this today? Obviously, most of this festival is about the raw vegan diet and lifestyle. But there's always been a holistic aspect to this festival, as you've seen with a lot of the different presentations and ideas going on and the things that people want to present. And actually, my mum wanted me to do the presentation because she thought I'd never brought this up at the festival that much and that I should talk about it a little bit. So maybe it's relevant. Hopefully this will be interesting to you in some way, and we'll see how it goes anyway. I started my own class teaching Aikido in November. I've personally been practicing it for 15 years, since 2008, I believe. And I have always enjoyed it and found it really fascinating and interesting, and it's been a big part of my life, so I think it's something maybe worth mentioning at the event. What is Aikido? Well, it is a martial art. The name Aikido means the way of harmony with ki. That's kind of what it means. It's a Japanese word. It's a Japanese martial art. Do some of you have an idea of what ki or chi might mean? Energy, life force, any other concepts, ideas? Spirit,
nerve force.
Nerve force. Love, that's an interesting one, yep. All kind of, basically relevant, yeah. Ki and chi are, and also in Indian yoga they might say prana, some of you might have heard of this prana. So part of it is the idea of this universal energy, this idea of energy that runs through the body. And in the Chinese system, we talk about meridians that run through the body in energy. And there's like maps of meridians and points of energy. Have some of you studied that kind of thing? Chinese medicine? Any of that stuff? Shiatsu, massage? Any of those things? Come across some of these things? However, the concept of ki in Aikido and in the martial art context and in the Japanese context in general, Japanese use the word ki a little bit more extensively. So it doesn't necessarily just relate to internal energy in the body, which is what I think the Chinese mean by chi, the internal energy. It can apply to that, but our ki is also about our external feeling, our attention, our intention. It can be applied to many different things. Our feeling, really, or someone else's feeling. There's a lot of different things it can be applied to, which makes it a little bit complicated, a little bit tricky. So the idea of the way of harmonizing with ki as a martial arts concept goes back to supposedly sword fighting rather than hand-to-hand combat. And the concept of it is there's a thing called a ki-ai. Ki-ai. So you might have heard of that idea of someone making a scream or a shout. So you see that maybe in some of the martial arts movies where they punch and they make a kind of scream or a shout. And if you've ever, I guess some of you haven't really watched kendo, but if you see some of these kendo and some of these sword fighting sort of competition sort of things, they're using ki-ais a lot. And part of that is just to try and distract the opponent. It's a little bit of a dirty trick in a sense. It's not a fair fight. It's dirty tricks that they would use in warfare. But a lot of these movements, a lot of the physical side of Aikido, I think, goes back to the samurai times and different things that you were teaching. And I don't think necessarily these techniques were, used extensively on the battlefields as heads were being chopped off and horses were running around and things. But it was something that they were practicing. They were trying these things out. They were, trying to keep the men and the soldiers and whatever active and healthy and keep them together and unified. So they had different martial arts they would be teaching. And these were systems based around these weapons situations. So some of the things in Aikido look a bit strange, and some of the arts related to it, because it's not hand-to-hand combat. A lot of it comes from weapons-style situations, which are a little bit different. Now, that's just the physical side of that. So what does Aiki mean, or Ki-ai, and why would that be relevant to a situation with weapons? Well, the way that I look at it is that if another human being has a weapon and you don't, then they have a tremendous advantage over you. Just like trying to fight an animal, they have tremendous weapons that we don't that we don't have. So what happens if you've fallen off your horse or whatever, and your sword or spear or whatever's fallen away somewhere, and someone's coming at you with their spear or sword? Well, you've not got much of a chance, especially physically. If you're going to try and punch the person, you can't get close enough. They can hit you before you get anywhere near them. If you try and wrestle them or grab them, once again, you're getting too close to them. They've got a distance advantage. And you're probably not going to be fast enough if you just try and rely on speed or something, because it's much easier for them to maneuver around very quickly with a weapon than you could move in. So there's not a lot of things that you could do in that situation. And my feeling is that we're playing around with this concept of what can you do when someone else has a sword or something like that, and they're going to come at you, and you've got kind of no chance. What can you do? And what you might be able to do is, instead of thinking about influencing the body, can you influence the mind? Can you actually find a gap, an opening, by leading, influencing, manipulating the mind in some way? And that's an aspect of what this idea of Ki-ai or Aiki means, where Ki-ai was trying to distract a person through like this shout or through something. There's many things you can do. You could play dead or pretend that you've been hurt, and that might make them, put down their guard, and then you would attack in that moment. There's different things of manipulating the mind of the person, manipulating the person from a distance. So Aiki, which is Ki-ai backwards, means the opposite, which is trying to bring that person into rhythm with you, into harmony with you, and through that, sort of influencing them. This actually happens a lot in human life, maybe in animal life, but in humans, we kind of like getting into rhythm with each other. In conversation, in dance, in movement, we end up in harmony. We kind of have a desire. When we walk around with people, we often end up walking step by step in the same rhythm. We want to fall into rhythm with people. There's a kind of natural tendency to do that. Sometimes if you've ever watched boxing and things like that, they're trying to break the rhythm of the other. They're trying to not get caught up in the rhythm of the opponent. And this is one of the ideas around Aikido, is just falling and making this person fall in with your rhythm. So these are some ideas that I'm just throwing out. But then the more esoteric idea would be influencing their energy, influencing the ki of the other person. So it's been that's what's interested me about it, really. That's why I've continued to practice it for 15 years, is I've had so many interesting experiences with it. It's really expanded my mind in a lot of ways. It's been a really fascinating journey, and I continue to be interested by it. The benefits I would suggest that come from it, I would say, the first benefit that came to me was, I was practicing for maybe 6 months or maybe a year, less than a year. A lot of my paranoia and fear just disappeared. I don't think that happens for everyone. But when I grew up in Glasgow, there was, when I was growing up, there was a lot of gangs of boys around. I don't know if that's the same where all of you are, but gangs of boys roaming the street looking for a fight. And I was always scared to go out. I was scared to go out for many years, especially when I was younger. So I had a lot of this paranoia and fear in my mind that maybe you could get attacked. At the time I started doing Aikido, I was actually working in a supermarket in the wines and spirits section where all the alcohol was. And I was working till like 10 o'clock at night on a Friday night, and I was sometimes dealing with shoplifters and all this stuff. So I was always concerned that maybe someone's going to not be happy with what I've done that day or whatever. Maybe I'll get attacked or something. So I had fear and stuff. And it wasn't that I thought, oh, now I can fight people or something because I've done Aikido. It wasn't that. It was my actual... I realised my paranoia, my worries was just an illusion. It was silly. And what I've seen in life is a lot of people walk around with a lot of paranoia. A huge amount of paranoia. And they think everyone's trying to attack them. I don't know if you ever had that feeling. Well, for some reason, this practice of Aikido, a lot of that paranoia and fear went away because I realised most of the time people aren't trying to attack you. It's very rare that someone's going to randomly attack you or something like that, at least for me. Centeredness, confidence, body awareness, learning to fall. And it's been fun. I think that's the main reason we do a lot of the things that we like to do. It's fun. You enjoy it. So today, what we want to do really is try and do a bit of a workshop and maybe put some of the seats to the side. And if you'd like to join me and try and do a few exercises and stuff. And we're going to try and center our mind, extend our mind, and try and flow with a partner. Flow with their ki a little bit. So if you're up for that, we'll try and move the seats aside a little bit. A few of the guys here are dressed up, so we can you can throw these guys around, they know what they're doing. And so maybe we just want to have some space in the middle. We take the red seats, and these seats just bring them forward, maybe the big ones. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I'm just going to make sure I have a mic stand. Sorry. What's that? Let me see my plan here. Okay. Okay, is everyone okay? Firstly, let's just stand a moment and relax ourselves. So I just want you to focus on getting into your body for a moment, relax. Maybe a little bit of a scan, your shoulders, your face. Just relax yourself, have your feet roughly below your hips. Your shoulders in line and everything, and just try and relax everything for a little second. Okay, you're forming a circle, nice. Interesting. Okay. So the first exercise we're going to do is called Standing with Mind and Body Unified. Standing with Mind and Body Unified. The type of Aikido that I practice is called Ki Aikido. It was developed by a guy called Koichi Tohei, and he added different parts to it. But it's a whole syllabus of Ki. He believed that teaching Ki was an important thing. Later in his life, he just basically taught Ki. He wasn't focusing so much on the Aikido aspect anymore. But we do Ki tests, and the first thing we do is learning to stand with mind and body unified. So maybe Dolly, maybe if you want to step out a moment. So you just stand and relax just the way you have and just look forward. So just a simple test on Donnelly here and here. We just want to see where his posture is, where his mind's at. And this is where the idea of using our mind and how we focus our mind can potentially affect our body And we'll see if that's the case, and you can all try it, and we'll try and test that. We do these key tests. So we saw that this is his movement at the moment. If I asked Dolany to think at the top of his head, so I want you to focus on the top of your head, Dolany. I don't want you to look back at me, but just think up here. And just keep your mind up here, and we just see where he's at now. So he's a little bit more, but he's actually a bit more focused. That's good. But what we actually want to do is find our 1 point. Our 1 point, do you mind if I touch just your lower abdomen here? Is that okay? So we all have a belly button, hopefully. Just below your belly button, around maybe 2 inches, maybe 3 fingers. The ladies can tell you if that's 2 inches or not. Go below your belly button. And I'm just going to touch there. I'm going to ask Dolly to focus his mind here. And really focus his mind. And you might even see that he starts to adjust his body. His posture starts to change a little bit. The more he focuses his mind here. Then when we go to move him, he's actually a little bit more focused, because now he's a little bit more focused around his centre. It's a lot more stronger now, actually. Okay? If any of the rest of you want to come forward and try this, actually, Shiloh, why don't you come forward? You're more advanced than my mum, yellow belt. So Shiloh's moving around a little bit. Shiloh. And the idea really is that this should actually destabilise her even more if she's thinking up the way. The idea is that in life a lot of people are hot-headed or caught up in their head, stressed. When we all go to school, you're sat at a table and you're taught to use this. And that's great for our lives in many ways. We get taught to use this. But we kind of disconnect from all this a little bit. And so we end up here all the time, when we're kind of disconnected from our body. So Shiloh, is it okay if I touch just below your belly button there? Okay. So just focus your mind down here. Don't look down. You still look up. Keep your head up. Just your mind, your intention, your focus here. And she's a lot stronger there. That's good. But you're still relaxed. She wasn't pushing against me there. Okay? So I'd like you to do that. Maybe we can split up a little bit into a few groups. But I'll try and come round. And just do that for a moment and try and test. Focus here. See if you can feel it with each other. If you can feel the difference, think up at your head. Think down here. See if it makes a difference, okay? Try that for a few minutes, everyone. Eli? So, test here, and okay here?
Yeah.
So we want to do a little bit more. Nice. I'll keep coming round, trying to test people. Oh, that's nice and strong. A lot of the time they say women are better than this, apparently. Okay, think here. And really try and focus your mind down here. Stay relaxed. Wow, that's nice. That's really strong. That's really good. Barbie. You feel a belly difference? Yeah. So you're quite off there. You feel that? Yeah. So we want to really try and think more down here. And actually even just touching it, the person starts to realign themselves a little bit. It's not just about... Yeah, that's really stronger. Yeah, that's quite a push I'm trying there. That's good. That's good. Diana? Yeah. So you're quite good, Diana. But a little bit more down here. Don't get to just touch slightly here. So just focus more. Yeah. So still up a little bit. Let's push down a little bit more. That's right, Claire said Dantian, some people say Tandon, Hara, some people say the third chakra, the second chakra. So it's something you want to keep, you might not get it straight away, but it's something to keep on working on. Finding your center. It's also the physical center of your body. It's the center of gravity of your body when you're standing upright. Okay? Okay, everyone, stop a moment. if you want to stop a moment, so that is, I don't know where my notes went. So that's the, so that's the first, oh yeah, so that's the first little exercise we're doing. So we're sort of trying to prove where you focus your mind actually affects your body, affects your, and that's actually a good exercise for relaxation as well. Bringing your mind down into your body, bringing your mind down to your center. Being more centered, that's what it really means, having a bit more focus on our center. And you'll see this same concept in a lot of meditation techniques and things like that. You ever met someone that just feels like really airy-fairy out here, like they've just got no center, they just have a feeling like they're completely disconnected from their center. So you want to build more center, focus more, maybe do some meditation, sit, focus on your 1 point. Another common thing that common one is learn to extend our mind. We're talking about extending our mind. It might sound like a contradiction. You want to focus on your center, because in Aikido, what we want to do is focus on our center or always have our center, always have our 1 point. In Ki Aikido, they say 1 point. So the idea is throughout practicing our techniques, whatever happens, however you're being influenced, whatever the attack is, that you remain centered, you remain coordinated, balanced, relaxed. Okay, because the more that you get upset and flustered and scared and all that and nervous, it's not going to help you in that kind of situation. So we're always trying to keep our 1 point, but at the same time we're trying to extend our mind, which means that we don't want to think inside ourselves, think down and depressed and inside and internal. We want to think out. So the idea of thinking 1 point is that you have 1 point, not that you're thinking about it all the time or thinking inside all the time. It's about extending your mind while having your center. When you extend your mind like that, you immediately have a more positive, confident outlook, I would say, on life. And the more you practice this idea, you get that. So one of the things we do is unbendable arm. Dolany, you might have seen this, I don't know, but if you want to come forward. So Dolany has his arm out, and he, if his arm is contracted and he uses muscles and he's stiff, then his mind is contracted as well. That's quite good, yeah. And you might find that he's moved kind of easily, or yeah. So he'd be hard to move here. So if you use your muscles, very hard to move. But his body is easy to move because he's all stiff and contracted. So what he really wants is to relax, but not so much that there's nothing there, not floppiness. But he wants to relax his hands, relax all this, keep this shoulder down, and imagine this is like a hose pipe, okay? And you've got water flowing through this hose pipe, and it's gushing out way off into the distance. And just think about that water flowing way, way off into the distance. And we try and test his arm now. Keep on thinking strong, think stronger. Keep on thinking more and more out. Think more, even if this is bending, keep on thinking out the way. Excellent, excellent. We keep on trying to build that up. But it's good. Now even a little bit more. That's great. Now he's getting really strong. And see how relaxed he is? His fingers aren't tensing up. Now he's really found it. Wiggle your fingers, show how relaxed. Nice, nice. So as we're asking him to extend his mind more, it's having an effect on his body once again. Okay? So try that with a partner. I'll maybe try and come around, see if you can get that effect a little bit. Thank you, Dolany.
So, I guess, so wait, trying to...
Yes. Yeah, so the technique here, so it's just there. That's the test.
Just that, okay.
Maybe stiffen up. Tense.
Right.
It's hard to move, but your body's moving just stiff. So we're trying to keep this relaxed. Use your mind all this time. Imagine this is a close mind. Water shooting out. Don't think about what I'm doing. I'm thinking about the where there, water flowing through, powerful water. Think more, extend try and find it's not entirely nothing there.
But it's like thinking of it.
Yeah.
We just tried it, and I don't know if you did anything wrong.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
So am I trying to keep what is my arm from not moving in any direction? Is that what
Yeah, so we would have it like this more.
Yeah.
And this is like, so this is basically immovable. But the idea is that this would be, your mind is caught here,
Right. Right.
and you end up being a bit stiff.
Right.
So you actually want to relax this a little more, and not allow that to lock. And this stays relaxed, and this relaxes. It's really about engaging with a lot of these muscles, which are stronger muscles. But we think about our hands a lot, and our arms, so we want to think forward. This how this energy going out. Here, so you should still have your center here.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice.
I see.
And what you can try and do is, if you stay strong there, is try and move some of the relaxation.
Try to resist.
Well, you resist, yeah. So the higher level would be trying to make the mind go back at you. Right? So you're not trying to use strength, you're trying to influence the mind.
Oh.
It's just like really hard to do.
Which is what you're trying to do with your Aikido. And so right now what am I trying to do while
It's
you're
hard
doing
to it's hard to resist.
that? Oh, I see.
Good. Yeah. Keep on thinking forward. We're thinking a little bit more here.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a principle of it's something to work on.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, stop a moment, come back. Okay, everyone, come back a moment. So, if we try and find our center a bit more, we can have a little bit of fun, I suppose, with the yoga mat. We'll see how this works out. You okay, Barbara? There. So the idea, some of this is just physical, it's just body mechanics stuff. So if someone, maybe someone a little bigger, come over to push me on the shoulders here. Anyone? Lionel, you want to help? Yeah, just so push at the shoulders. No, that's right. And I easily just fall back. But thinking about one point, finding my center and readjusting my posture a little bit. And yeah, and I want to think up as well. Oh my God. It's a lot stronger, definitely. A little bit more. So now I'm in a better position here. What you can sometimes do is we could have a group of 4 or 5 people behind Lionel pushing as well. Come on, guys. I want to make a queue behind him because it's just. Yeah. Are we there? Yep. Right. Push everybody. We're going up sideways. Come on, again. I mean, that's just a little bit of fun, really, but it's a principle of if you're centered and you're thinking forward and things like that, it helps you get in a better position for things like that. But we don't actually really want to be in that position. What we
Your feet like crossed like that as you did, is that the
no, that's not necessarily, but yeah. Well, it's really about allowing the push. If you tense up in a situation like that, you get pushed over quite easily. So it's about relaxing, allowing that push to come through you into your center, really. So now here's a difficult one. So maybe Lionel again, if you like. Yeah. So you just lift me up, so I'm just stiffen up. Yeah, grab the wrists.
Your wrists?
Yeah, push up through the wrist and lift me up in the air.
Lift you up in the air.
Wow.
Yeah, good. I'm trying to tense. Okay? Okay. The idea here is to try and think down, and it might be a little bit harder for them now. That doesn't mean they're not going to lift me. It might be a little bit more challenging. If I think down, trying to send ki down, it's also relaxing my body in a way. So we'll try it again, guys. Okay. Getting there, you're getting there. Good, 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 good. So it's just, that's a little demonstration, it's a little fun, you know, but it's all about using the mind to change the body, to relax the body in those situations. Once again, two people grab you and you stiffen up and contract, you get lifted up more easily. Okay? So, we'll now do a little bit of trying to flow with our partner a little bit while thinking forward and keeping our 1 point, okay? So, Dolly, again. What we're going to do simply is Dolly's going to push at the shoulders. He's going to push me here and here. Yeah, that's excellent. But what I want is a consistent push like this.
Okay.
Okay? Excellent. What I want to do in this situation is I want to be thinking about 1 point, so I'm not falling over like this. I want to think of my centre. At the same time, while he's pushing, I don't want to do this. Sending my mind backwards, sending my ki backwards. I want to think forward through him. I want to relax and not fight back either. So I don't want to fight back. So I just want to go with this push. Thinking forward, 1 point, stay up. And also trust that your partner is not trying to push you into a wall or anything. And then maybe you push back and just allow that push. Good. If I turn them, maybe go with that. Good. Excellent. Now speed up a little bit. Good. You keep your head up, keep looking forward. Good. Nice. Right, so try that a little bit with a partner and just collaborate with each other. Trust each other and watch that you don't hurt each other there.
I apologize, Frederick.
I am so sorry.
That's how it goes through your walk. It's always that way. Looking up, stop there. It's quite busy for doing this. Oh yeah. Right, I got it. I got it. Yeah. And then I think probably the opportunity to come back for you to escape.
At 1 point while you're in stand in mind, think forward. So, if you stop a second, something quite interesting is happening a few times. where if Dolly pushes me, what's happening sometimes is you end up, you push. No, push. Here. You end up sticking your feet in the ground like this. You notice anyone notice yourself doing that? So you're really resisting the push and creating resistance. Like this. We don't want it. We're trying not to create that resistance. We're trying to, as you push, we're trying to go. We're not going before. We're trying to perfectly blend with this push as much as we can. While thinking forward and not. Okay, so not sticking your feet in the ground. Okay? So try and work on that a little bit. And what we'll try and add in now is a little turn. So as Dolly comes to push this time, the tendency is to, if you say to people to turn, they'll do this. You see what I'm doing? I'm walking around in a circle. But Dolly could follow me all day long like this, and he'll never tire. But what we actually want to do is turn on our centre from our 1 point. So as Dolly comes to push, we turn on our centre. Okay? A little bit more. Good. Here. Turn. So once again, so you're not doing this situation. This is what you'll all do first, to try and figure out turning from your centre. As it comes to push, you can go with it a little bit, and then turn. You don't have to push him away. You don't have to push him away or anything. You just push. Just turn. You're staying upright, you're not bending over, you're not doing anything else. It's just the idea of his, whatever his, this is the amount that he will move based on his push. If he wants to push really hard, if he wants to do this better, then he'll go further. Okay? Try that again, it's good. That's excellent. Right, so it's just his energy's going, his pushes. Nice. Okay? But if he comes like that, the same way, and I go like this, I'm taking my feet in the ground, and he's going to just overwhelming me. Okay? So try this a little bit safely, of course. Allow yourself to get pushed and turn. And I'll let Dolly get his own back there. You hold this, Shyla. Let's see. Well, you do what you like first. Try and adjust it. Taking your feet. Nice. There you go. That's good. Okay. Try that a little bit. Just use a little bit of space and see if you can get that turn feeling. You can do it very slowly as well. Okay, try that a little bit. Keep on thinking of your centre. Extend your mind. Okay, everyone, stop a moment and get back into a circle. Back into a circle, please. Okay. Now we've not got a lot of time to do a lot of things, so we're trying to go over a few things. Now we'll calm it down a little bit. This exercise is very simple, but it might illustrate something interesting. We've got 5 minutes, as Elliot's pointing out. I'm just going to throw the pen into the middle of the room. Now everyone stay where you are. Everyone stay standing. And you can focus on the pen, where it is. And now I'm going to pick on one person. Let's pick on you, Barbie. I want you to close your eyes. Well, see where the pen is. Close your eyes. And I want you to walk forward with your eyes closed and grab the pen. But don't look. Oh, very close. Very, very close. Okay, good, Barbie. Good. That's excellent. So, we'll get another. Oh, that's. Can you kick it back? Can you kick it back in the middle a little bit, Anna? Okay. Monica, you want to close your eyes and try this? Oh, so close. That's good. We'll try a few more. Maisie, you want to try? Close your eyes. Oh, yes. Very good. Very good. We'll try one or two more. Janine, you want to try? Oh, wow. So close. Who else wants to do it? Mel, you want to try? Mel? Oof. Do you know, this group, honestly, this group this is better than what most, in fact, Barbara, let's get you to do it. Can you do this? Close your eyes.
Whoa.
There you go. Wow. Now, that's fascinating because what we saw a little bit there, but what was much better than usual, honestly, is that what generally happens, what you see, is that people tend to do this. Way short. All the time when we do this, people are way short. And this is an aspect of the mind that we're talking about, of the idea of we lack a bit of confidence, we're not extending our mind. We'd actually pass this test if we went beyond it to somewhere like here, because we've shown that we're confident. We're extending our mind, we're positive. And that's kind of one of the things. But it was interesting in this group, I don't know if you saw that, but not only did Barbara get it, but a lot of you were very close to it and were very near. And what does that mean?
Confidence.
It means you've got an excellent teacher. Right? We'll try a couple of minutes of a little bit of mystical stuff. A couple of minutes of a little mystical whatever. If you want to step forward, Simona. So try this with your partner, but this is more about the sensitivity we have in our body and learning about the awareness we have around ourselves. You know, and some people call that energetic body and things like that, but actually a lot of it is just that we are much more sensitive than we realize. Our mind extends out beyond us a lot farther than we think. We have sensitivity in our body. So we'll try and do this. Just want to keep your eyes closed, and we just drop our arms over our partner without any particular intention. We're not trying to move her, and she might not move us all, but some of our partners we try, you might feel an unbalancing, you might feel like you get influenced a little bit, so we just drop our arms around our partner. And it's interesting for your perspective just to feel what you feel when you put your hands closer and closer to your partner. And there's no expectation that anything happens here, it's just an interest. So sometimes you see people move a little bit, feel something, and there's no, and a lot of it's just the mind being influenced as well, thinking that something's going to happen.
Should I do something?
No, this is the thing. So it's very interesting that people say, what am I meant to do here? What am I meant to do? And it's the mind being taken. The mind is being taken, and that's what we call it. The mind being taken. But it's just, try this with people. You might sometimes feel you move a little. My mum comes up, Elaine. She's quite sensitive to this one. We did a video on this. But it doesn't, this is not a magic, it's not a magical thing. It's just, a lot of this is just to think about the sensitivity you have, the feeling around people. And some people move a little bit. It's not, I'm not saying this is magical stuff, but I move a lot with these exercises. I'm always quite sensitive to it. It might be different parts of the brain are more active in different people. But just try that. Just drop your arms gently over a person. You might feel a thickness around them.
Do you think it's the aura, where the person's aura?
It could be the aura.
So that they
Some of you might tap into that. Yeah. And this is an aspect of someone who's coming towards you that maybe it becomes less of a physical thing, more of a feeling of the interaction between their energy and yours. Yeah. Okay. Just practice that a few minutes if you do it, and that's us finished, guys. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We have our lunch coming up, and later today we have karaoke, another Japanese invention, another Japanese martial art, where they sing in order to distract their victims. And we've got a sign-up sheet in the foyer. We're open to any kind of song within reason, and in the foyer of the building. And it would be good if you sign up early. It would help us create a playlist a little bit and get all the songs together. Potentially you can have more than one song, but maybe at least one at the moment. And yeah, we'll see you tonight for karaoke. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. You need to see it first. So go back. Oh, very close. So much better than they go way further away.
Can I try, Ronnie? Can I try?
Keep an eye out. That's basically it. This is really important.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, well, doing the high pop now, I have to do it then. And so I went
What always happens is that's how you end up learning how to do it. Is because your mind tells you to stop. And you have to push through your own mind.
about 6 steps, but then when I was looking at
You feel like it's too much, and it's kind of a reflection of how we always hold back a little bit in life. You know, and something tells us to hold back a bit. You have to push on if you want. Yeah, it's interesting.
it's very interesting. And then I was
I'm going to practice.